Okay, so how to deal with perfectionism and overcome anxiety is a lot to promise for like a 10-minute video. So this may or may not work for you, but this has really helped me a lot in my own perfectionism and the anxiety that it produces. It produces anxiety because perfectionism is unattainable. It doesn't even exist. And yet we think somehow that if we do everything right and we are the right kind of person, that something else will happen. We'll be accepted, we'll belong, we'll be loved, we'll be enough. And we never seem to be able to attain it because there's always more things to be perfected. So it's very anxiety producing. Also, the goal of perfectionism is usually vague. What does perfect even mean? Why do we think that that's perfect? And those are actually really good questions to sit down and answer instead of just being with those questions. To actually answer them. What does being perfect mean to you? What do you think that will do for you? What if you were perfect? What would happen? And really question those things. So the exercise that I have for you today is, instead of letting perfectionism kind of run your life and run the show, to meet it face to face. And this can be somewhat terrifying, but it can also be very illuminating. If you're anything like me, you kind of avoid looking at things like that, or you don't know that you even can. You just think, this is something I have to do, and I don't have a choice in the matter. So I'd like to challenge you on that today, and for you to join me in going through this exercise, and for you to try this exercise at home and see how it goes. So the first step is to imagine your perfectionist sitting right in front of you. So really, feel into this perfectionist part, this part of you that feels like, I have to do more, I have to be more, it's not good enough what I'm doing, I need to always be striving for more and more and more. And really feel it in your body. And then imagine lifting it out of your body and putting it in front of you. And you might see something, you might not. It might look like a person, it might look like an animal, it might look like a shriveled up gnome or a color. It doesn't freaking matter what you see in your mind's eye, or nothing at all. But just imagine that it's sitting in front of you. Or if that's too hard, you can also just keep it inside and talk to it. And ask it, what do you need? So if I ask my own perfectionist part, what do you need? It says well, I need you to do things better. I need you to clean up all the time and have a very tidy house constantly. And I need you to achieve way more than you're achieving right now. You're not doing very much. Okay, great. So second, I'm gonna ask it, you can kind of ask it whatever you want, but what are you afraid of? I'm afraid that if you don't do more and always, never yell at your son and always keep a super tidy house, and if you don't do those things, if you're less than what I expect of you, that you will ruin all the things that you value. You will lose you won't be enough for your partner, and he'll walk out on you, and you'll damage your son forever, and basically your life will be worthless because you didn't accomplish the things that I think you need to accomplish to make your life valuable. nice part of me, hey? Okay, great. So that's what it's afraid of. And that's valid. Like, I would be devastated if I really believed that my life was worthless and that I ruined my son's life and my husband walked out on me. Like, yeah, it's no wonder that it's afraid of that, because that would be devastating. Okay. And I'm just going to take a minute to really feel compassion and acceptance for this part of me, because that is, I can understand why it would be afraid of that. Okay. The next question I'm going to ask is, what would you need to know was true, or what do you need in order to relax and trust? Like, trust me, I guess, or trust that maybe I don't need to be perfect. I have practiced doing this, so the answers come to me fairly quickly. It might take a while for you to really sink into what the answers are for you. What I would need to know is that we together are enough. And I need to know how to find meaning in a world where I'm not really sure how to be sure of meaning. Like, I need to do more exploration around that. And I know that meaning doesn't come from having a clean house and just accomplishing a whole bunch necessarily. But I need to explore more around that. And yeah, I just need to trust that we're enough and that our best is enough. Okay, so really, while you're doing this, I really encourage you to get like a real sense of it. Really face it and feel it and allow it to be honest, and just kind of ask it whatever questions intuitively come to you. And I encourage you to give it a name too. Like, the name that kind of comes to me for this part of me is the grasping panic. It's kind of what it feels like to me. Sometimes I've given names to other parts of me, like Get It Done Greta is the part of me that always, like, I'm kind of obsessed with my to-do list. And so I used to never be able to relax because I always felt like I was supposed to be doing things, until I gave Get It Done Greta the job of making sure that I relaxed. And so now that's on her to-do list. That works much better. So the name can be anything. Like, it can be Grasping Panic, or it can be, Bob, or whatever. It doesn't matter, whatever kind of name comes to you. But it's helpful to have a name, because when you feel this in the future, you can say, oh, that feels like the grasping panic part of me. Oh, that feels like Bob. Oh, that feels like Get It Done Greta. And you can kind of grab a hold of it and deal with it a lot easier than it just being this kind of swirling mass of emotion and pressure that you don't know where it's coming from. Does that make sense? Okay. And I also want to invite you to think about, does it sound like someone you know? Like, does it sound like the mom or your dad, which often it is, or society, your peers? Where do you think this voice came from? Like, you learned it from somewhere? Where is that? For me, I think it comes from society, maybe, like society's messaging that, I don't know, society doesn't leave us a lot of room for humanity, hey? Like, it kind of gives us these images of being perfect, I guess. And, when you look on social media and stuff, you see other people's houses when they're looking perfect. And I guess in a way I'm sort of contributing to that right now, because you're watching me on YouTube and my hair done and my makeup done. Right? You're not seeing me here like huddled crying, and which is my reality sometimes. And you don't see me like getting mad at my kid or, you know, whatever. So it's important to remember that we're all human and we all have, you know, beautiful sides and ugly sides to us, and we all have strengths and weaknesses, which is easier said than done. Anyways, I also wanted to mention, if you're anything like me, you like to sometimes avoid dealing with these parts. And so sometimes with anxiety and fear or shame or any other feeling, the more you try to like repress it, or like I don't want that to be a part of me, I want to fight it, I want to get rid of it, then it just gets louder and louder. But I find that this exercise is really powerful, because when you sit down and you face those parts of you, like you face your perfectionist, you face your anger, you face your fear, in that like very imaginative way, it actually calms that part down, because you're actually listening to it and listening to what it needs. And you can kind of take steps to fulfilling your own needs, like the needs of that part of you. So I hope that this helps you, like it helped me, and I hope that you got some insights as to who and what your perfectionist is, why it exists, and kind of some steps to helping it relax a little bit. And also, I hope that helps the anxiety that comes along with feeling like we have to be perfect in a world where that is actually impossible.